Hey guys, I'm gonna be reacting to, Black Ops 4 teaser, which is gonna be so awesome. Okay, in full screen for you guys, it's only 34 seconds. That looks so cool. Look at the zombies. Wait, that's from Black Ops 2, 2 and 1. Oh, Black Ops 4, boy! Looks so sick. October 12th. May 17th. Forget what you know. Creepy. What's this one about?
Hi guys, Mr. Waffles here. This is a bit of a strange breakdown.
What's this? What this, guys?
So, what's up guys, I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another Zombies video on the channel, where today we are back with a Zombies Q&A. If you go on to enjoy today's video, a like rating would be very much appreciated, but if you don't feel like it, if you don't want to, it really doesn't matter. Thank you for tuning into the video. Anyway, make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest Zombies videos on the channel. Not on to go now until World War II Zombies. I am freaking excited, so if you want to see gameplay of that on this channel, storyline information, Easter eggs, everything to do with zombies, make sure you are subscribed, and also click the little bell notification icon as well. Leave any questions that you have about the zombie storyline or Easter eggs in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them, but without further ado, here we go. So the first question from Postal Bag says, BOA, in Black Ops 1 Kino der Toten, does the theatre posters represent DLC maps for Black Ops 1? Well, in Kino der Toten on the walls, we can see there are 3 posters. The first one is of a ship and sailors, and it says Die Bismarck, or at least that's what I can read it to be. Obviously, die means the, so that is the Bismarck. I'm guessing that's what the ship is called, or someone or something must be called that. The second poster is Faust. Now, as we know, Faust is a protagonist of a German legend. Faust is a scholar who is highly successful, yet dissatisfied with life. And so this leads him to make a pact with the devil, exchanging his soul for ultimate knowledge and worldly pleasures. And we can see on this poster we have someone holding a shield, and then we have the devil, I guess this is the one that Faust made the pact with, who I assume to be is exchanging this guy's soul for whatever he wants in return. And then for the third poster we have this, and it says at the top, Pygmalion. Pygmalion was a famous play during this time. There was a film on it in 1938, but it was a play in an ancient Greek mythology. Pygmalion fell in love with one of his sculptures, which then came to life. And we can see in this poster it kind of doesn't really add up with what the play is supposed to be about. I mean, we do have, I guess you could say, the sculpture that has come to life. Kind of looks like a robot or a cyborg. But then in the background we have the city, and it looks like another robot in the background as well. I don't know, this one's kind of a bit strange, but the question was, did these posters in Kino der Toten hint towards the Black Ops 1 DLC maps? As we know, the DLC maps for Black Ops 1 were Call of the Dead, Ascension, Shangri-La, and Moon. And actually we could say these maps, at least 2 of them anyway, link up. The first one obviously could be linked to Call of
God damn.
the Dead. We have the ship, we have the sailors, and Call of the Dead takes place on an abandoned Group 935 outpost in Siberia, on a wrecked ship. So this poster could have in fact been hinting towards the second DLC for Black Ops 1, which is Call of the Dead. Even though, as we can see, it's not a direct link, the crew are obviously not the same, the ship's not the same, but it gives you a general idea of what to expect. The second poster is of course Faust. Now, although that doesn't directly for me link to any map in Zombies, that could link to the Shadow Man. And as we know, even though we never heard of the Shadow Man in Black Ops 1, he was present. When Richtofen touched the MPD pyramid in Doris, the Shadow Man began to talk to him. And I guess you could say the Shadow Man is the devil. He is the devil who is talking to Faust, and Faust could have been Richtofen. So even though I don't think it's a link to a map specifically, that could be to do with zombies in general. Actually, this poster for me links more to Shadows of Evil, but of course they weren't planning that far ahead in time. And then the third one is Pygmalion. Now again, I'm not exactly sure what Pygmalion would link to. It looks a lot like Shadows of Evil, especially with the robots and the big city in the background. But in terms of a Black Ops 1 map, I honestly don't know what it could have linked to. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that one down in the comments section below. But then of course these posters maybe have nothing to do with the storyline. They could just be random posters that we see in this theatre, because these are all plays that were around during this time, and obviously since Kino der Toten is a theatre, that could just be the reason why we see them in here. But as we know, Treyarch love to add Easter eggs with everything. I think there is some significance behind it. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. The next question says, what's the deal with the newspapers in Der Eisendrache, and are they hinting towards London being a zombies map in Black Ops 4 Zombies? So this, since we first discovered it, has always been a very interesting Easter egg. If we go back in time well over a year now to Der Eisendrache, which feels an awful long, it feels like Der Eisendrache came out just the other day, but it was January of 2016, which is like a year and 8 months ago, so that's freaking ages away. But anyway, going back to Der Eisendrache, there was an Easter egg that we discovered in that quite late, which was to do with the newspapers, and as we know, we could use the plunger to change the newspaper in Der Eisendrache. It first off originally said that there's a huge parade in London, and as we can see from this image, there's a picture of London with lots of people in the background, which obviously doesn't mean anything, but the fact that it's in Der Eisendrache, which is located in Austria, in a Group 935 castle, why is the newspaper reporting on a huge parade in London? It's a bit weird. Obviously it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the map. But what you can do, as I said, is acquire the plunger in Der Eisendrache and then use this to plunge zombies, and eventually this will cause the newspaper to change. It will then change to reports of a zombie attack in London, officials not confirming. So it was almost
Oreo
Thin,
bite-sized, dipped in fudge.
almost like when we plunged the zombies in Der Eisendrache, they were almost like sent back in time, or at least travelled to a different location, which was London. The zombies were teleported there from the castle, and they now began to attack. That was at least what we thought at the time. So as we could see, the newspaper changed and there were rumours about a zombie attack in London. But then we can also change it again, and this time it says zombie attack in the heart of London. And as we can see, we have an image of the zombies. This image is actually taken from Shadows of Evil, but it's supposed to be zombies attacking London. But anyway, so we didn't exactly know what this meant. A lot of people thought that this could have just been us plunging the zombies back in time to London using this magic plunger, so they were now attacking there. That could have been one possibility, although it's a little bit random and strange. But then a lot of other people thought that maybe this is in fact a hint towards a future DLC in Black Ops 3. Now, as we know, DLC 5 was Chronicles. I don't think there's a chance that we're getting DLC 6, so ruling that out, is there a possibility that a London Zombies map is coming to Treyarch's next COD? Now, of course, nothing's being confirmed. We don't know what Treyarch's next COD is, although there's rumours and it makes sense for it to be Black Ops 4 since that series is so successful, but it really could just be anything. For now, though, I'm just going to assume it's Black Ops 4, as that is what seems most likely. So in Black Ops 4 Zombies, could this be hinting towards the first map in that game? Are we going to London? And that'd be very interesting, because actually if you think about it, most of the first maps we play on Zombies aren't with the original characters. We play with a random set of characters in a totally random location, and somehow it ends up linking to the original storyline. We had Shadows of Evil with Black Ops 3, obviously totally random setting, new set of characters, but it still links up with the storyline. We had 5 in Black Ops 1, again random setting, new set of characters, but still links up with the storyline. It was the same with Black Ops 2. We started off in a new set of characters, new map, again still links up to the original characters and storyline. So with Black Ops 4, if they continue the pattern, it'll be a totally random and new Zombies map with random and new characters, and London would be a perfect setting for that. It's a location that I can't see our original characters going to. I don't see why they would need to, and so a random new set of characters would for me fit perfectly. There's been rumours that if this was to take place in London, that it'd take place in Parliament, and maybe just outside of there, and if that's the case, does that mean we'd be playing as members of Parliament for this map, meaning MPs, so it could be the government of Britain? I mean, in 5 we were playing as the leaders of the world, so JFK, Castro, and then other important people like Richard Nixon. I can't quite remember who the last one was, but if we could play as them for 5, we could possibly be playing as MPs in Parliament for London. It just sounds a bit weird. Or it could just be a random set of characters, Londoners. We usually get information about the next COD in May, so we should start hearing leaks and rumours around about Christmas time, which is not too far, but then we should get an official trailer for the next COD in May, which actually really isn't that far away. And then before
I know you're worried I'm gonna go out there and kill somebody, but think about all the people I haven't killed.
before you know it, it's Zombies information, Zombies trailer, and we have the game. So I actually think London is a very possible location for Treyarch's next COD. It's a place that we've not been to. I think it'd be interesting. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And then the final 2 questions I quickly wanted to answer. The first one says, what are you going to do for 1 million subs? Well, first off, we'll have to reach that. But my goal is to try and reach 400k by Christmas. So hopefully I can upload some awesome World War II content for you guys. And the second one by Hiram Moles, that you pronounce your name, but you say, how do you know all this zombie stuff? And simple answer is I've been covering zombies now for about 5 years. Obviously, after all of that time, you're taking a lot of information, especially when you're making videos, researching new things and old things, and sometimes the same things every day. It eventually sticks in your head and pretty much you know almost everything about the game. But I guess that's the same with everything. Also, with the Canorium out now, it helps, so there you go. Anyway, there we go. That is it for today's video. Those were some long questions to answer, so if you have anything that you want to know, leave them in the comment section below. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, and also click the bell notification icon as well. Leave a like rating, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Yeah, guys, yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.